It's up to scope, and we are definitely going up. We keep going up and up and up and up and up. I'm your boy, Stephon Terrell.
Yo, man, we didn't do that in the show, man.
We didn't.
Well, _ Coach Smith _ on IG. I guess we back, baby.
Yeah, we've been here.
We've been here, but we back.
And we got a special guest with us.
Yes,
the man with the plan, if you don't understand. I just became a fan. That all rhymed right there.
You just trying to keep rolling with it.
Can you please introduce yourself for the people who don't know?
Sure. This is Coach Darryl Bingham with West Bloomfield High School football team.
Yeah, okay.
And see, it's so crazy because you're so business oriented. I forgot you was a coach almost.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna dive into all those aspects. So, what do you coach at West B?
Actually, I'm at the point right now in my career. I'm director of football operations. So my job is, I was involved. I used to be the head freshman football coach for 12 years, and I helped Coach Bellamy when we put this plan in place to help build a program here.
Okay.
Now my primary job is to take this program to the next level, make sure that we keep producing Division I talent, make sure that all the infrastructure that was put in place doesn't die off, and also make sure that when our kids, when they matriculate out of our program, that when they come back here, that all the hard work they put in is still here in place, and it's something they can be proud of. You know, like I tell our kids all the time, you inherit a legacy. It's your job to protect it.
There it is. I love it.
So is this safe to say that you're like a high school recruit? Kind of like, is that a such thing? Can you do that?
Well, you know, according to Michigan high school athletic rules, we don't recruit.
Okay.
Watch what you say there.
And listen, because the way you were saying it, people like, man, I need to get in touch with him.
But, you know, what I do is I basically sell the gospel of West Bloomfield. You know, I let people know what we're about. You know, I tell them all the time, it's a public school with a private school feel, high quality education, high character individuals that we have operating around us. You know, definitely by the fact that we have you guys out here, that speaks volumes, because you guys are high character guys doing a great, phenomenal job out here in the media world, and we're really appreciative to have you all and have the opportunity to work with you.
Appreciate
programs like yours, if you think about it, when I started my career, you know, 14 years ago, programs like yours were in the infancy, and there weren't those that really focused in on a lot of kids that I touched and I worked with. And you all have basically branded yourselves in such a way that you are the measuring stick for this industry. And I appreciate you guys.
I appreciate the flowers, sir.
Man, wow, that's flowers right there.
That's more than flowers, man. I appreciate that, Mr. Darryl. Appreciate that, Coach, for sure.
I appreciate that. So, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and ask. So, you know this guy named Nick, the extra point solutions guy?
Nick O'Shea.
Did you know him as a student?
So I not only knew Nick as a student, he was one of my athletes. He's my son's best friend. He's like a son to me. We call him the polar bear. Nick
you know what?
At Morgan State.
Do you remember when I came over and you talked about him?
Yes.
Wow, this is crazy.
You already knew my man before you even knew the man?
Only because he said the polar bear.
The polar bear, that's
wow. I remember because he told me about his son's best friend.
Hey.
Oh, my God.
So,
small world, man.
Great guy, man. I love him. Like I said, I love him like a son. I've watched him go through tragedy and triumph in his life, you know, from when his senior year when his dad died tragically in an accident, and our team wrapped their arms around him. And, you know, one of the things I told him, I said, you're not alone. I said, that's my job now. I got your back. I said, what your dad did, I got your back. I said, your dad did it.
That's a role of a coach right there.
And helping and supporting.
Absolutely.
You know, when my son would come over and hang out over there, so I told him, I said, you're never alone. You got me. So when he decided to start his company, Extra Point Solutions, it was just, you know, my didactic, my moral responsibility to step in and say, what do you need me to do? Not how can I take over, not how can I get involved. I'm a soldier, son. I'm a soldier for you. What do you need me to do?
I love that.
Yeah.
He's definitely, like, as far as that energy, you know how you can get that frequency from a person? It was just, he just came and he's like, hey, you guys. He know what he want to do. He knows.
He does. Yeah. He does. He's ahead of his time. I love what he's doing because he understands the importance as himself being a former college athlete, the importance of our athletes having an opportunity to have a trusted source they can go to work with them in this NIL marketplace, which is so, from a publicity standpoint, it's a lot of hyperbole as far as the kids out there actually knowing what to do, how to do it, and having a plan to do it. He actually is doing it, and he's doing it across several sports, several different divisions, and all I can say is, I'm proud to help him out with Extra Point Solutions in any way possible. Our organization is a sponsor. We helped him connect some of the dots here, and like I mentioned, I said my job is, I'm a soldier, be glue, be the glue to keep things together so that I can see him grow. Then I'll feel my job is done when I know that he's successful.
Now, we have other areas that you are definitely involved in. It's a little place on the east side, little building over there that's building on top of a building. Can you just give us a little intel on what's going on over there at Say Detroit, sir?
Sure. My buddies here are alluding to our partnership with Say Detroit Play Center. If you're not familiar with it, it is the jewel on the east side. Say Detroit organization was started by the great sports writer Mitch Albom, and it started during the Super Bowl when it was hosted here in Detroit, and the city was trying to clean up its image. We had a lot of homelessness, and they wanted to make sure that those people were taken care of during the Super Bowl. And afterwards, Mitch understood, it's not about being the person who does right for the moment, but the person who does right for the lifetime. So he said, how do we continue this? I don't want to take a person off the streets just to make Detroit look good for just that time period. How do I make sure this person has opportunities? How do I make sure that they have health care? How do I make sure that they're getting educated? How do I make sure that their children will not face what they faced in life? And that sums up really all the efforts of Say Detroit Foundation and Say Detroit Play Center. At the Play Center, they run a wide plethora of programs over there to expose kids, in that community over that 48205 community. And I don't have to talk the details and the stats because about 48205 and what happens and how we're known nationally, not always for the most positive things, even though we produce positive things out of there, such as, a lot of the athletes that we see. But more importantly, the work that he's done has actually opened the eyes and changed the lives of so many kids to give them a vision and to provide them opportunities that they normally just would not see unless they went to affluent school districts or lived in affluent communities and had affluent parents. So I'm thankful for that. One of the greatest things that he does is that the kids don't pay for anything. He picks them up from school on the bus, brings them to the center, feeds them. Not a heat and serve meal, but a cooked meal.
Yeah.
They participate in 1 hour to 90 minutes of academic programming, and then they have an hour to 90 minutes of their elective programming, which can be anything from athletics to the program that I run over there is our drone apprenticeship program.
The drone.
Yes. We teach the kids how to fly.
I'm cold.
If they're high schoolers, we get them workforce ready. Our kids get a chance to earn a wide variety of certifications. Doesn't cost them a dime. Most of the certifications that they can earn.
And that's just for kids? So adults can't get in it?
Adults can come too, as a matter of fact. Our workforce development is age 14 to 24. And
Wow. There's more.
Of the demand from the adults, those who are definitely younger than me.
Actually, if you switch mine around, I'm 42. I'll be 24 if you switch.
There you go, baby.
Okay.
There you go. So trust me, we got room for you. You just got to be comfortable with making sure that you're okay with your younger nephew or niece teaching you how to fly.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Look, they're going to hold you accountable, and they're going to hold you to the point where they're like, I don't just fly a drone, I fly the drone. So I want you to do that.
Hey, Steph.
And
I seen it for my own eyes.
I was right there too at the Semi's football camp. At the football camp.
They was there.
They was there. They was at the football camp this summer, man.
So our organization
Kids flying these drones.
Yeah.
We're an organization of about 2 adults. I'm the oldest, and then the next one up under me is 20. And then we're a ton of teenagers and young kids, starting at age 9 all the way up to, like I said, age 24.
I can't wait to make this announcement, man, because I'm so excited what we're trying to build, and we've been molded for the last several months, man. My bad. Y'all always correct me, man. I'm sorry. We doing this. We doing this, man. I'm excited. I can't wait to make this announcement, man.
I am looking forward to everything that we're doing. And And you guys are so pivotal because one of the things that when you sit back and you take a look at what happens in our world, you're the most powerful thing in the world. You create the narrative for someone's life. You're media. And unfortunately, in our communities, especially our inner city communities, our urban communities, our communities of color, they don't have the platforms to really tell their narrative.
That's it.
So I'm
you good? Keep rolling. Yep.
So thankful for you all.
Man, I'm on. This is like probably my fourth conversation with you, like in depth. Well, this is the first on the media platform, but you are really passionate about everything that you do, like, and that's crazy, man.
Especially for the kids, man. That's one thing that I know we're in two different generations. Like, that's that disconnect that I wish your other colleagues and your peers understood. Like, there's some bridges that need to be gapped here, and we can help these young people. You know what I'm saying? But also the young people gotta be willing to understand and know. You know what I'm saying, from your generation. But it's been an honor. It's been a blessing, definitely, to be up under you in these last several months, man, for sure.
I'm excited about the work you guys are doing.
Absolutely.
If you honestly think about it, you are, the black Rupert Murdoch with credibility and with character, and I'm appreciative of that. You're not putting trash out there.
I appreciate
speaking
that.
Truth. You're doing phenomenal things.
Absolutely appreciate you.
You're doing things that you're creating the next generation, and more importantly, you're showing kids that, even at a point when you have to hang up your cleats or your gym shoes,
that's it.
There is a phase 2, 3, and 4.
There it is. That's more plan C,
start
B,
tearing
D,
the narrative
F, G.
of all the kids coming behind you, because sure enough, as soon as you put those gym shoes on, they're going to have to come off at some point in time.
At some point in time,
It's just, the physicality of everything. And when it happens, what's important is, do you have a plan? And you all have provided them that plan.
Absolutely.
You have man.
It's like I want to say so much.
I'm learning
to.
We're gonna have a part 2 with Coach, and we're gonna definitely put everything on the floor.
You're right. But
definitely.
just know, Up to Score podcast is partnering with They Say, and it's wonderful, Jimmy. And a lot of resources are going to come into play for the kids, connecting families, expounding on resources that are available to make life better. And I told you, I literally live in 48205, and I remember one of the things that we were capitalizing on was, okay, you got Say Detroit, wonderful organization, the evolution of recreation, right?
Yes.
And I know that I'm a pillar in the community.
Yes.
But we still got 48205, which tries to be the stigma, or which they try to stereotype is such a in a negative way. But once we start bringing these resources together and start promoting the positive things that are going on, which we're doing now.
And
this is only the beginning. We will be able to create a new narrative, which is what you alluded to. And I'm just excited about where we're going and where we are.
Well, one of my mentors told me, he said, a long time ago, they used to refer to Johannesburg as the dirt hole on the hill.
Okay.
What they failed to mention is the amount of diamonds that were coming out of there. You all are basically sitting back saying, hey, we're that dirt hole on the hill, but do you know what type of diamonds we produce over here? All you got to do is buff them up and shine them up, cut them right. And I'm telling you, the facets in them will show so sparkly that you've never seen anything sparkle like that before. And that I'm thankful for, because that's what you all stand for.
Oh, man. I appreciate you, Coach. I'm just overwhelmed with everything, how everything comes back full circle, everything that's been put in that I've done shared with my peers and my colleagues to telling my students, hey, live your dream, do your dream, because you never know that next hand you might shake might help you walk within that dream, you know what I'm saying? And you never know how you carry yourself and how you move around. You gotta hold yourself at a certain standard when you are a student athlete. But when you're a student athlete, you still have that standard that you you are somebody. So once you hang those cleats up, let's continue to be somebody.
Yes.
You ain't gotta sit back and live that the streets call you in or do XYZ or scamming, whatever these kids be doing these days.
Right.
But you can be on the media side of things. You can be a graphic designer. You can be a gamer. You know what I'm saying? You can be a coach or whatever. But it's so many opportunities for these young people now, and I appreciate you, Coach, for allowing them to have that opportunity to do so.
No, I appreciate you guys, and I really appreciate you guys coming here, supporting Extra Point Solutions, supporting Nick O'Shea, all the work that he's done. Him coming back to the West Bloomfield community, providing events like this to help promote, the talent that we've produced out of here, and more importantly, the fact that talent wants to give back to the area, not just West Bloomfield, but the Metro Detroit area as a whole. And I am just, so appreciative. Don't get me started. I'll bust a sermon out up in here in a minute. We will have church, so
absolutely. Like I said, we gotta have that part too for sure, Coach. Definitely. I appreciate you coming on up to score today. Yep. Beautiful. We got Nick coming.
Hey, whatever this guy says he did 100 times more. He's humble. He did 100 times more than he said.
Extra Point Solution. I was like, the polar bear just came over here.
I told you, I heard about you. He told me about you, and I'm like, I can't wait to meet this guy. And I meet him, and I'm at
polar bear, man.
Come on, man.
That's what's up, man. We done up this code, man.
Yep.
That's it. So thank you, man.
No,
appreciate you once again.
Appreciate you much. The next 30 to 60 days, people, please listen out. You're going to hear big announcements about my guys here and some of the things that we're about to do. So please, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay focused.
Yes, sir.
Stay in the game.
Yes, sir. Up to score. Yeah.